Good evening, everybody. How are you doing? It's Thursday, it's 7 o'clock. It's time for Content and Cocktails. My name is Tom Stanhope, and if you are new to the group or have had some kind of forgetful moment over the last week, I am here to help you grow your business with video. And that is the long and short of it, really. So this week, I thought I would take a longer look at some of the different types of videos that you can create for your business. Video content marketing is a huge topic, and it's one that's very easy to get lost in. And one of the things that people very often struggle with, hello Scott, how you doing? Very often struggle with at the start is kind of simply what to do. It can feel overwhelming. It can feel like it's too much to take in. It can feel like, hello Mike, it's lovely to have you here. It can feel like there's just too much to do. But this evening, we're going to get into that and go through some of the different types of content that you might like to have a go at in order to grow your business with video. But before that, we've got the cocktails part of this, which, to be honest, it's been a very long day. So I'm going to keep it very simple. I said I was going to do a pina colada this week, but I got to it. I thought, you know what? Actually, that does not appeal. You've got to be in a very specific mood for a pina colada. And tonight I don't know if I'm there. So I'm going for something with gin in it to meet the mood. I realised I'd left my jigger in here, which is a terrible admission. Is it in there? Oh, God. Very badly organised today. Oh, God. You know what? I'm going to have to eye it in. We'll be okay. Pics or it didn't happen, Mike. So the gin in it is my sort of go-to emergency cocktail, and it is just equal measures of red vermouth and gin. Hello, Pixie. How are you doing? It's good to have you here again. This earlier hour is really nice. We're sort of seeing different faces. I think I will be sticking with this earlier slot for the foreseeable future, as I have a training this evening, and probably will do for the next sort of few months. Cheers, everyone, to your good health. Hope you're all staying safe and happy and all the rest of it. Oh, it's a good, you know, it's one of these drinks that it's kind of it's easy to make, and it's tasty. I'm your well, I think that's amazing. Thank you so much. It's very flattering. I think. So if you're watching this on the replay, give me a replay and let me know you're here. And also, if you've got any questions for me and you're watching on the replay, chuck them in the comments and we'll get back to them. So that Scott, I think it sounds like you're going up in the world. Steady on. Aldi has some great wines, I can tell you that. Okay, so as always, do not be afraid to throw questions my way on the subject, and we will get into this as we go along. This whole sort of topic this evening about what kind of videos to create starts with a particular exercise. I want you to think about the journey that you take people on as they go from being somebody who's never heard of you before, all the way through the process, just someone who becomes a customer. And then after that point of becoming a customer, that customer experience, that sort of the processes that you take people through as you are helping them with whatever it is you do. And I say this is the first thing you do because it is it's a piece of real foundational work, understanding the journey, the funnel, as you know, you will hear it called, the process that people go through to become customers. Now, some people will have never thought about this before, and it will be an entirely new exercise. Others of you, this will be a very familiar thing that you can think about. So, a really good place to start is to map it out. Is to actually spend some time taking your kind of customer journey and getting it on paper. How do people go from? Oh, I'm just going to have to turn this off as this stupid phone is talking at me. It's trying to. Why it's decided that now is a good time to try and answer a question. So yeah, map out your funnel. Take that experience that people go through to become customers and write it down. Turn it into something that you can open up and look at and point to and go, this is the point where I show them X, or this is the point where I'll pick up the phone. Well, Scott, frankly, I would expect, frankly, by now you should know that this is a very polished viewing experience, and I run a tight ship here, and I will be firing the person who let this happen. Rest assured, please, do not worry. God, you made it get down the wrong way, Mike. So take that time to map your process out. Map the process out that people go through to become a customer. And if you can point to places on that journey that you know there are either some weaknesses or some strengths, you can then spend some time looking at those, and you try and work out either what you do really well or what you don't do so well. So it could be that at the top of your process, at the top of your funnel, you generate loads of leads. So loads of people come through the door and go, oh, I'm really interested in what you've got. But for some reason, you absolutely stink at converting them. So lots of leads, but none of them become actual customers. You're in trouble tonight, oh yeah. Scott, with that Star Wars reference, maybe you're not being entirely honest. Scott's not a big Star Wars fan. I'm just going to say this out loud, which in this current environment is probably, I'm a. Hello, Janet. Hello, Esther. How are you doing? We got all the people. So Janet, just and Esther, so you can drink along. I'm drinking a gin and it, which is basically just gin and red vermouth in a glass in equal measures. Look at that, swears. That was Scott talking about Star Wars rather than my presenting skills. I'm really hoping. So we were talking about funnels and how we can, if you can create a map of the journey that people go on, then you can point to the bits that are working or aren't working and then tune them up. If you can point to something that goes, oh, I've got a problem at this point, you can then take some action to tighten that up. And that's where I want to get you thinking about video content as a way to move people along this journey. So, like I was saying, think about the top of your funnel, the point where people come along. What are they doing there? What is it that they need at this point? If they've never come across you before, if they've never heard of you, those are going to be those kind of first touches, those opportunities for you to tell fragments of your story. to encourage people to connect with you and what you do. You're not going to go straight in with a buy my stuff. That's, we're back to the old analogy, is that, you're not asking to marry on the first date. This is all about a process of getting to know you. Now, I was told by somebody, actually, I think it was Zoe Durden-Dew, who is not a member of this group, but who is familiar to some of us. So Zoe was saying that up to 200 to 250 micro touches are the kind of the average now, which is really interesting, to get somebody from customer, from never having sort of heard of you before, to customer. 200 to 250 interactions, and that could be as little as seeing your name appear on a feed or seeing an image somewhere, something from as small as that through to watching a testimonial or reading a case study or having a one-to-one. All of these things are kind of are small interactions, and this multitude of interactions along that process, from kind of right at the top of the funnel through to the point of conversion, are all incredibly important in their own way. But we want to be, if we're thinking about video, where can video slot into this? So I'm going to take an example I really like. So think about your sort of, and we'll go back to the example of somebody who generates loads of leads. So you could be somebody who generates loads of leads, but is rubbish at converting them. For some reason, you get loads of people through the door, but not enough of them buy. What's going on there? Well, the likelihood is that there isn't enough proof. You're lacking some kind of element of proof to your audience. As people go along that journey, they are moving between, and you'll have heard me talk about this before, they're moving between two states. One state which involves emotional decision making, so people are buying from you based on their emotional needs, and the other state where they justify their purchase based on research and data and information and sort of hard information. And if you can be supplying people all of that information as you go along, then you are onto something much more kind of profitable, I guess, in the raw of it. Is that all making sense so far? I'm gonna have a nut and a drink as I gather my thoughts. Yeah, that's true. So there are no man's land for a bit. If you imagine it's a journey, they've lost the road as they walk through this, as they walk down this path. There aren't enough signs on the road along the way. People like to be given clear directions when it comes to this kind of thing. So, and from our perspective, we want people to either rule themselves in or rule themselves out quickly. So yeah, I like that idea of the no man's land. We don't want people to get lost in no man's land, do we? We want them to be very clear about where they're going, very clear about what they're hearing, and very clear about the kind of the journey they're on. Yeah, Scott says people are in lifeboats just now, and even those have holes in. So right now we have an opportunity to provide ways of plugging those holes. This has seriously changed my stuff. That is a really great point. And at the moment, clarity of vision and clarity of information is absolutely key. People want hope, they want purpose, they want direction, and if we can be the ones who provide that, then that's a really great place to be. Speaking of which, if you haven't considered Video Skills Made Easy, the #1 destination for people wishing to learn about video content, come on over. It's still only £25 a month. That is all about direction and purpose with video content creation. But there will be a few more ad intermissions as we go along through the evening, but they will be small and discreet because I don't think I've quite got the vim for it this evening. Yeah, and it can seriously change your stuff. It can, absolutely. Mike says, the tired and weary traveller. It's getting very deep tonight. Scott, Mike, we're always on the verge of being very deep. Yeah, that's great. Practical patches. People want some things they can do. People want stuff they can achieve right now. We're getting slightly off topic here, but yeah. So if your funnel can reflect that need at the moment, and I think this isn't going to be with us forever, but if your copy, your video content, whatever, can reflect that need for clarity, you're on to a winner, I think. So here we are. What kind of content would I put into a funnel if what kind of content could I put into a funnel if I wanted to increase my conversion rate? Well, the obvious thing is testimonials and case studies. Proof, third-party proof from people who've had an experience of your service, of your product. That's great. And it will massively improve conversion rates. People like to do that bit of research, that bit of due diligence. The top of the funnel is a very emotional place. People are usually coming to you because they have a problem to solve. And I refer you to previous trainings on and discussions around story about how we sort of are presenting ourselves on this journey, your customer's journey. But at the start of the journey, it's a very emotional place. And they soon get to the point where they go, yes, I like the sound of this, but I need some more proof. And, you used to be able to, you could go off and you could ask people and you could speak to other people about it. But now we can very easily present people with video testimonials. Written testimonials are fine, but seeing somebody say it is so much better, like Mike says. And, this is so true. If you say it, you're selling. If your client says it, they're telling the truth. It's true. No matter that editing can get you a long way, and you can choose the right clients, but this is marketing. This is all marketing. Yeah. So this is a really valuable point. If you can get testimonials from somebody who is a kind of known quantity, who is a sort of a well-respected person in a given space, the more clout your testimonial giver has, the greater the value. That's not to do down testimonials from kind of from other people, but from anybody else. But if you look at your clients and go, okay, who of my client network has got the biggest network of their own, and then you would ask them. You would just simply ask them for a testimonial. And like Scott says, the secret with video testimonials is to ask. And in fact, that's something I will be doing in this group. I could do with some testimonials from people just talking about their experience of both this group and the paid group, because I need to get some more testimonials in the bag. I've got a few, but I could do with, now that people have been sort of using it, I could do with a few more to sell the experience. I'm going to do myself another drink. What did Mike say? So I saw a stat yesterday that said people retain 95% of a message when viewed in a video compared to just 10% when read in text. Yeah, you know what? That sounds. I suspect with that kind of stuff, it is. It all depends on the person, because the way we tend to be with videos is that we will tend to put one core message in, whereas the written word will have. Written articles tend to have a lot more information just by their nature. The the videos, if they're made sensibly, aren't sort of overstuffed with content. Scott, I like a bit of B5. Don't. I would say that's good storytelling. We're straying into dangerous territory here. This has got this has got the foundations of potential long-term beef about it. Well, when I say made sensibly, Mike, I mean made according to best practice, not necessarily with the content being sensible. Just to kind of let you know that I'm not suggesting. I'm not saying for a second you should be sensible, memorable. Maybe that's the key. Made memorably. I always say, pick your. When I'm talking to people about video content, I'll say, what 3 messages do you want to include in the? What 3 messages do you want to include in a video? And they go, oh God, only 3. And so we'll whittle down to a list of 3. Then I'll say, of those 3, pick 1, and then. You stand a chance of people remembering what you're talking about in the video content you're creating. The truth is, we're all, there's so much content around. There's just so much of it, and it can be very difficult to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the messages that matter. So when we create content on that journey, focus on the right messages at the right time. So yes, Mike. So it's really interesting, actually. Both Mike and Scott have really have been here right from the start, and video has become an incredibly important part of their businesses, to the point where Mike has got a side. I don't know if is it a sideline, or is it? It seems like it's something which could have significant legs. Mike is a very creative guy, and you've got your sort of social media video business, which is really great, really good. Which reminds me, right? Yes, I have got you an answer. I need to have a chat with you about your about the graphics question you were talking about. Is what you were talking about? I'll put my teeth back in. Is what you were talking about this kind of thing, Mike? Because if it is, I've got an answer for you. Oh man, I've completely lost my thread. You see? Yes, but stationary, not rolling. Oh God, we can do that graphically, Mike. That's easy peasy. Easy peasy. I'll show you how to do it in Video Skills Made Easy. I'll just turn that off because it's a bit distracting. Oh. Yeah. So the funnel is a long journey for some people. It's a fast journey for others, and some people will race through your content. But if you can be supplying people with kind of testimonials and case studies at the right moment, it will help them along. So how do you? So what else can you put in your funnel? The top of funnel is probably one of those areas where you can actually just do all sorts. That anything that is quick and sort of it could be like 37 intro to your this is it. It's been a long day, Mike. Don't judge me. I'm mixing light. I'm a bit florid this evening. it won't take much pushing. I've got to I'm actually on a training after this, all about how to grow Facebook groups as part of the mastermind that I'm part of, and I'm really looking forward to it because it's this group is we're sort of knocking on the door of 700. I'd love to get this group over the 1,000 mark because we are gearing up. You see, this is the funnel. Here we are. We're going to talk about specifics. We are gearing up for the sort of 3-month run-in to a launch process. So we have something called Video Academy, which is the sort of companion training series to Video Skills Made Easy. And Video Academy is a 12-week program where I take you through in a kind of a group coaching sort of setting through my Video Academy process. And that takes in the 4 pillars that I've spoken about of strategy, story, technology, and the other one, whatever that one is. I know, oh God, Jesus, it's been a long day. The other one is really important. Mindset, there we go. It was up there somewhere. It's funny, isn't it? It's something I've spoken about so many times, and all of a sudden you sort of come up against a brick wall and go, oh, there used to be a clear run here. and sometimes it happens, but this illustrates a good point about lives. Lives are an imperfect place to be, and as content there's inherent risk in them, and you've got to be prepared just to make a fool of yourself every now and then, and be safe in the knowledge that the people you're speaking to are, well, they are almost guaranteed to take the piss, but they will do it in a well-meaning way, with a spirit of kindness and humor, I'm hoping. So please be kind and be humorous. But well, you know what? It's been a really interesting journey with this group, because obviously it starts off, it's full of people who are at the very beginning, that sort of 18 months, almost 2 years ago now. Actually, I think I set the group up originally. I set it up, and I think it was about 40 or 60 people. I remember passing the 50 mark and thinking, that is amazing. I'm really pleased. And then you get up to 100, and it's sort of you trickling. Probably on average, I'm getting 1 or 2 people a day joining. And there are some people who join who just come in and spam, and I instantly kick them out. You'll see like a couple of other days ago, somebody came in. I was a bit suspicious. I thought, this person looks like trouble. And indeed, within the first 24 hours, they'd spammed some kind of, cryptocurrency or binary trading rubbish here. At which point you go, no, that's it. This is a zero tolerance. I don't want the feed being filled up with people's spammy nonsense. No, that's not to say I don't encourage people sharing their video content and their sharing, but as the group grows, it's sort of, you get small, it comes with a different set of problems to present. But I guess what I'm saying is that this group is growing. And obviously that is tied up with the other sort of products, because if we're talking about funnels, this group is really close to the top of the funnel. Some of the people in here I will work with. Many people here are here for help with video content, but are at a stage where they're not ready to sort of dive in to sort of do paid work. And that's fine, because this is all about help. Genuinely, this group, Grow Your Business with Video, is to help people get going with video. Because for some people, it can be a really scary first step. And that's the top of my funnel. that's at the top of the funnel. And as we go down, I build relationships with people here. It's a longer game, but this group is very important to me, because it's where I've been able to build I really love it, actually. This it's such a nice group of people. Oh, Esther, it's all been solid gold. We're just talking about groups and funnels, and you haven't missed a huge amount. I managed to forget a key part of my 4 pillars of video creation, which was slightly embarrassing, of course. Yeah, I love you guys. It's so good. I'm not afraid to show my emotions, Mike. I'm a product of the 90s. Did you buy a round of drinks? Well, for everybody in the group. And you know what I was really looking forward to in 2020, and I'm looking sort of forward to this year, but not holding my breath to do. I wanted to do a Content and Cocktails live. That was the plan for 2020. I wanted in autumn to set up and run an event, Content and Cocktails live. Does anybody like the idea of that? Because I do. I would love to do this in real life. Get speakers in, talk about marketing, talk about video, all with a drink. Hang on, I'm just... look at that. People are up for it. That is amazing. So this is kind of an interesting one, because I wanted to do that last year, and it's sort of pinged back on my radar, because obviously events are part of the process. Free drinks, well, there might be one, yeah. Do we get to make the cocktails? Well, that's interesting. Well, I was also considering doing some kind of cocktail, and I've been thinking about all sorts of things, like, there's a cocktail, you could do a cocktails and cocktails subscription box, but I'm sure that's been done to death by somebody. But the thing I dislike the most about live video is the fact that it's got about this kind of 15-second delay, and I can sort of I could pretend that I'm 15 light seconds out on a spaceship, and Cocktails and Content is coming to you live from Jupiter or somewhere like that, maybe Mars, probably further, I don't know. It's yeah, only 10 seconds on Restream. I might have to give Restream a look, actually. My friend's son does cocktail Zoom parties. It was yeah, you see, this is it. I kind of want to get I want to get the social side. I miss networking, but I miss the face-to-face stuff. It's kind of it's a part of the whole world of business that I do miss terribly. But we've diverged significantly from where we started out. I'm going to bring it back to the funnel. Focus, Tom. The journey that we take people on through that process, that process can be peppered with video in all sorts of different ways. But for me, testimonials and case studies are one of the most underutilized tools, and really should be everybody should be grabbing them and creating, because best video cocktail maker comp. Ooh. I like that. I hate analog network. I'm quite. No, I don't think you are weird. I mean, I know what you mean. I sort of. I like it when I can. I like it when I am with people that I have a certain amount of connection with, which probably isn't networking. Though in Birmingham when I lived up there, there was a live sort of creative industries networking thing, and I always really liked it because I got to spend an evening chatting to like-minded people. It was absolutely rubbish for business. It was kind of like a creative soup kitchen. All these kind of underpaid but interesting creatives like would turn up, and we'd all sort of get together and sort of moan about how badly treated we all were. I mean, this is about 20 years ago, and then somebody would give us a free meal, and that was considered to be networking. But it was like a creative soup kitchen. It was weird, but I loved it. It was great. It was a really nice atmosphere. And the networking was terrible, but the people were lovely. But sometimes the opposite can be true, where the networking is brilliant, but the people are terrible, which is a dreadful thing to say. I know. Please don't judge me, as I love everybody, obviously. I think this is why I love this group so much, is because I get to have lots of nice people here. They're kind of, they're really cool. It's good. Yes. So thinking about the journey, all these different things you can sort of plug in. I Insta my arty cocktail photos. I was like, Italian super cocktail. Ooh, blimey. Well, Janet, of course, you are going to have early access to a very useful multi-camera setup. As kind of Pete, your partner and video wingman, will be able to dive deep into the multi-camera setup training that I'm about to drop. Oh God, I missed a trick there. I should have done cocktail making. I sort of in the training, sort of the training I've been creating. I used some sort of basic culinary techniques to show using all the different things. So I made a sofrito. So you can see, if you want sort of some gratuitous pictures of me chopping a slice of a stick of celery, then you got something to look forward to. But I should have done a cocktail. What a mistake. Oh, you know what? Next week, I'm going to do a multi-camera live setup here on Content and Cocktails. And I'm going to use that multi-camera setup to show how awesome it is. That's a good idea. I like that, Janet. Have another drink, Janet. That was a good idea. Okay. So, what have we got? We've got a funnel. We've got spending some time mapping that funnel. We've got once we've got the map, we've got the opportunity then to examine it and work out where our sort of problems are. Yes, got OBS, but I can actually do it. I've worked out ways to do it, how to do it here on StreamYard. So there are cheeky workarounds. And also, I was in Sainsbury's the other day, and in their little tech section, I found a little bit of kit, which is it's a touch. It's a button switch HDMI switcher. So I am wondering, and it was 15 quid. So hello, Gemma, how are you doing? Cheers. I'm wondering if that might be an interesting little bit of kit, because I've got two cameras connected through an HDMI device that I can press to move between the two, and it doesn't cost the earth, then that might be quite cool. Well, there we go. Cheers with your cup of tea. Yeah, I mean, OBS has the benefit of being free, and it's kind of come back. Hello. Yeah, OBS is great, but it's not the world's user friendliest layout, I would say. So yeah, there's all sorts of stuff coming up. We've got loads of stuff coming up, and loads of content going into the paid group. Where did I go? Hello, Anna. Cheers, Esther. Where did I go? I pressed the wrong button. I was trying to open up another tab, and I instead pressed the close tab and shut the window down. So I had to open it all back up again, which was a bit silly of me. But there we go. Accidents happen. Well, I'm going to sort of round this up now, because I'm going to just sort of have a quick bite to eat, and then tweet. It's true. It's true. It is true. It does happen from time to time. Gemma says, I like just going live straight on Facebook. My computer Wi-Fi doesn't seem to like StreamYard, Be Live, etc. I know, it's funny, isn't it? Some devices really have a problem with it. Because I've recommended StreamYard to a few people, and they've said it's great, and I've recommended it to other people, and they said, I just can't, whatever it is, you just kind of it just doesn't agree with their tech setup. But that's life. I mean, it's that there will be a tech setup that's right for you, but like you say, the Facebook Live native function is absolutely fine, isn't it? An important lesson indeed. You just need to stay cool. That's it. There's no point getting wound up about it. It's accidents happen. No. There was a brief advert break. I should have just rolled an advert. I've been thinking about I've missed most of your lives, so I'll go back and watch the replay. I've not done an IGTV yet, and don't know why, as I imagine it's the same as yeah. I mean, to be honest, IGTV is something I've kind of it's one of those areas I've not really delved into very much. I probably would if I could stream from here into IGTV. I would do much more live content there. But I don't sort of have. I've actually started kind of getting my sort of Instagram game back up and running. I've been putting a bit of effort into it. I've finally breached the 1,000 follower mark on Instagram. So if you like the idea of sort of occasional video content from me, then please come over to the Grow Your Business with Video Instagram channel. It is a non-stop roller coaster of powerful imagery or something like that. I don't know. What's the duck thing, Scott? I know you've mentioned it before, but it's a bit of a cheeky workaround, as I understand it. It's not duck soup or something like that, is it? No, I don't know. Anyway, look, it's been a lovely evening. I've had good fun and hijinks being here, chatting all things video. We've had quite a scattershot, wide-ranging conversation, but that's kind of how I like it on a Thursday evening. A ramble down the lanes of video, enjoying the vistas and the wooded grooves. I will give a shout out for any last questions. Do you have any questions that you would like me to answer that are within my cognitive powers at the moment, which are pretty low, to be honest? Oh God. Well, good evening, everybody. I hope it's been lovely having you here, and I will see you in the group tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.